Yo, 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 and welcome back to the channel. So you're looking for somewhere nice to live. You want to live in paradise. Look at this. This is paradise where I'm sat right now. Look at this. Very, very nice. The residence in Maiju Kelly, Nosy Be, Madagascar. This is mainly rented out to people who want to stay for a month or more, or maybe even a year. There's people living on this little complex that stayed here for a year. Not the cheapest place in the world, but it's got everything you could want in life. Each apartment's got a kitchen, it's got a terrace, it's got a little living room, bedroom. I do believe there's air conditioning as well. But you're looking maybe €1,400 a month to get a place here, which is basically what I spend on my whole family budget. But let's get into it. Budget, how much does it actually cost to live here as a resident living here in this country? Obviously, you don't have to go and live in Nosy Be, which is the most expensive place in Madagascar to live, I would say. Maybe Antananarivo could be more expensive depending on your lifestyle. But Nosy Be, it's not cheap. It's not cheap to live here compared to other places in Madagascar. But compared to other countries in the world, it's extremely cheap to live here. So let's get into it. Everybody's got different needs and wants. If you look at the minimum wages, look at the local people, for example. The minimum wage is around €40. Some people get €40. Many people, to be honest with you. Many people get €40 and they support a family on that money per month. Some people get €80 a month. The lucky ones, the top of the top, they can earn 1 million Ari, which is roughly €200 a month. Obviously plus, but realistically, I would say most people earn around €40 and live on it. They survive on it. Main places of interest to live in Madagascar, where I would consider living, would be Antananarivo, the capital. If you've got work to do and business to do, then I'd live there. If you're retired and you're looking to have a nice retirement, living in a nice place that's safe, secure, on the beach, everything's there to hand, Nosy Be. Somewhere a little bit cheaper, but still there's beaches, there's supermarkets, bars, restaurants, there's a social life. Manjunga, or Diego. Diego is a nice place as well. They've got some lovely beaches around Diego, not actually in Diego, but within like 20 kilometers of Diego, there's beaches. Ramena Beach is the main beach there. Tuli in the south, if you like the wildlife, the crazy lifestyle, living in the heat, hot and sandy. Well, it's like desert-like conditions down there in Tuli region. The people are wild. The Tuli, it's like 24/7 parties, and it's alive. The place is alive with life and people getting places in life, moving, enjoying life. It's a great place, Tuli. So Tuli is definitely a place to go. It's extremely cheap and extremely poor. You're not going to find the luxuries that you find in Tana or in Nosy Be in Tuli, but you will find good times, lots of good times, and a good life. Antira Bay for business again. If you're interested in business, factories, that type of business, then a lot of the things like yogurts and drinks and things like that for Madagascar are produced in Antira Bay. It can be extremely cold there. So if you don't like cold weather, it's not for you. Saint Marie, very, very nice, similar to Nosy Be, but a lot quieter. The good thing about Saint Marie is you can actually go there and buy property, buy land. It's easy to buy land there. So you could do that. You could go to Saint Marie and buy some land, build a property, build a little villa for yourself to live in, quite easily with no hassle whatsoever, and lived a nice, quiet, peaceful life. But there is supermarket There is bars, restaurants, hotels. There's things to do, but not a great deal. A lot of it's chill out, relax, read your book, enjoy life, let life go by. With Saint Marie. But beautiful, beautiful little island. Very, very nice. How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? Food shopping a month. It's expensive. If you shop in the market, in the local markets, you can live fairly cheaply, especially if you don't eat meat. If you eat meat, it's going to cost a little bit more. If you do most of your shopping at the supermarket, which is what I tend to do, because the meat, obviously, it's not in the fridges, in the street, and in the markets. It's just on a counter, and there's flies on it, and I don't like getting ill and stuff like that. So I tend to shop mainly in the supermarkets to get better quality meat. While I'm there, I grab the vegetables, alcohol, cleaning products, baby products, water, treats, gatos, cakes, things like that. And it does tend to add up. You're probably looking €400 a month if you're shopping in supermarkets for your food. Or maybe that includes a little bit of the odd restaurant meal and that, but mainly supermarkets, very expensive part of the budget. It's not very expensive, but it's a very expensive part of the budget. €400. Power and gas and electric and water and stuff. Gas is probably €28 a month. Electric, probably €60 a month. Water, €10 a month. So it's fairly cheap for your power. Phone and the internet. I struggle with the telephone scratch cards where you scratch it off and you put credit onto your phone. Pay as you go. You put like €1 on, and if you ain't got the right code for the right phone numbers that you're going to dial, or you don't know whether somebody's got an orange phone number or they've got a Telmar, which is now Yes phone number, you can end up ringing from the wrong SIM card, and it eats your money away. So I tend to use WhatsApp, I tend to use Facebook Messenger. I add Wi-Fi to my phone. I add data. I buy data packages. Most of them cost between €30 and €50 for a data package. You can get hardwired Wi-Fi direct to your house, which is well worth getting. You're looking around about €30 for hardwired data to your house. You can get Starlink as well now. Bring that with you. Probably the best plan, because it's not so easy to find a Starlink package for sale in Madagascar, although it is possible. Starlink, I believe it's around $50, €50 maybe. But you're going to get high speed Wi-Fi with that, hopefully with no problems. TV, if you want to watch TV, you need Canal Plus, which is a local provider of TV networks. Looking for a package, you can get it from like €7 to €40. I've got about a €10 a month package, which is good enough. You don't get all the film channels or all the sport channels with that, but the kids are happy, the wife's happy. I don't even watch TV. It's all in French. I don't speak French, so there's only so much you can do of looking at the picture before you think, right, that's it. No more telly. Obviously, if you've got Wi-Fi to your house, you can get Amazon Prime, Netflix, and all the rest of the stuff that you know about. You know more than me about that sort of stuff, I'm sure, because I've been out of the West for nearly 15 years, and I'm well away from that sort of subject of Amazon Prime. I don't even know what's playing, what's on Amazon Prime at the moment. Nothing, no clue. I can only presume the price of that to be around about €20 to €40 for your Wi-Fi. Rent. You can rent somewhere in Madagascar for €80 a month to well over €1,000 a month. The apartment I'm sat in at the moment is a tourist accommodation. It's over €1,000 a month. All depends on location, where you live. If you're living in Tuli, you're going to find somewhere very cheap. Maybe a house might cost you €100 a month for a three-bedroom house. Nosy B, a three-bedroom house, you're probably looking at minimum 3 times that, minimum €300, I would say. Across Madagascar, though, you can find a nice apartment for €150, a small house between let's say €80 and €200. If you want to live on the beach in Madagascar, you're looking minimum €200 for a 1-bedroom beach place. Off the beaten track, a little 2-bedroom house, you could even pay €60, €70. Personally, I'd budget for around about €250 a month to get yourself a reasonable accommodation in pretty much anywhere in Madagascar with decent quality furnishing and finishing. Staff, you're going to need staff. You might as well have staff because they're so cheap. Why not? Why do your own dirty laundry when somebody else will? A maid, you're looking €30 to €60 a month, and a gardener, probably €40 to €60. Talking about properties, these properties that you can see at the top of the screen, just up the top here, these properties, this one here, this one and this one, these three here are a €500 a night accommodation, I believe. They've each got their own swimming pool, get a beautiful villa there. The seashell-shaped round building in the middle, that's a gym with wraparound windows with perfect sea views. Beautiful, very, very nice, but €500 a night. For pleasure and leisure, the gym, I suspect, I don't know the price, but I suspect it's about €1 to visit the gym. If you want to have a beer afterwards or a nice Coca-Cola, you're looking another €1 for that. Restaurant meals, around about €5 should get you a nice restaurant meal in most locations in Madagascar. The beer for €1, it's like 65 centilitre bottle, so a big bottle for €1. Nice price for the beer. Gifts, Christmas presents, birthday presents. People don't really bother too much, to be honest with you, in Madagascar about gifts. It's not that important. It's not like it is in the West. But you should have a small budget for gifts and birthday presents, birthday cakes, things like that. Maybe, I don't know, €50 a month or something is probably more than enough for that. Clothing, another €50 a month for clothing. Education for your kids. If you've got your kids in education, you're looking at paying anywhere between €10 and €500 a kid per month. €500 is for the French international or the British international schools, the creme of the creme, the top. If you're looking €10, you're going to get €10. You get what you pay for in life. Your kids will get an education. They'll go to school each day, and they'll learn a basic education. They'll learn basic French, a little bit of English maybe, mathematics, basic mathematics, Malagasy fluently, and that's about it. So you don't get a lot for $10, €10. Doctors, dentists, it's hard to guess, it depends on your health conditions, doesn't it? But a filling for your teeth is going to cost €10. Trip to the doctors is probably €20, including maybe some medicine that you need. An operation, God willing, you don't need an operation because you don't want to have an operation in Madagascar. But if, for example, you need an operation, you're probably looking somewhere between €100 and €300 for your operation. Insurance, to insure a car, very, very cheap. It's around €4. A motorbike around €2. Or maybe €4 to insure your house as well for contents and stuff like that. I just paid €8 for 12 months for a scooter, so that works out, I think it's 2 cents a day or something it works out at. It's next to nothing, like 3 cents a day. Very, very cheap to insure a vehicle. Some people spend as little as €500, some foreigners, and live. They scrape by on €500. €800 is kind of doable. You can kind of get by reasonably with €800 and still have a beer now and again, still go out and about a little bit. I spend €1,400 a month for me, my wife and 3 kids. I've got 2 maids as well included in that, electric and all the bills and the gas and the water, the Wi-Fi. It's all there, going out for meals now and again. What else have we got? Yeah, give us a thumbs up for this video, and a like. Give us a comment. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. But there you go. That's pretty much it. As a tourist, you're bound to spend a little bit more, aren't you? You know, because it's not the same being a resident or a tourist. But it's very cheap. Once you get to Madagascar, it's cheap living. The expensive part comes if you have a major health scare and you need to fly out. You can pay 20,000 to get 20,000 euro to get evacuated to Reunion if you're unlucky. You know, so it's not cheap. And then the hospital bill in Reunion to sort your problem. It's not a good place for heart attacks or strokes, Madagascar, but it's a good place for having a nice, free, relaxing, enjoyable life. That's it. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a sub, and I'll see you in the next one.